So I hope you are ready with the answer. Can anybody give me answer why we need multi-stage amplifier? See, it is very simple. Amplifier amplifies the signal. Okay. Multi-stage. What do you mean by multi-stage? You have different stages of amplifier. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, so on. Okay, right? So this is what is your multi-stage amplifier. Okay, so amplifier is like this. Suppose you have given 100 millivolt input. Okay, 100 millivolt input. Then you have amplified that signal, means the output signal is larger. If the gain of the amplifier is 10, 100 millivolt into 10 is 1000 millivolts. So that is one stage of amplifier. Okay, whatever is the input multiplied by gain gives your output. If you put 100 millivolt multiplied by gain 10, the output is 1000 millivolt. 1000 millivolt is 1 volt. Okay, is it clear? What is amplifier? When it comes to multi-stage amplifier, you have multiple stages. Okay, like this. You have multiple stages of amplifier. Now, the overall gain will be product of the individual amplifier blocks. The overall gain AV dash is equal to AV1 into AV2 into AV3, so on. How many stages? Okay. So now at least tell me why we need multi-stage amplifier. Which will give me larger gain, a single stage or multi-stage? Which will give me larger?
Multi-stage.
Very good. Multi-stage will give me larger gain. So, what is the reason for multiple stage? One reason is to get what? Higher gain. Okay.
Higher.
Very good. Okay. So I hope it's understood that the reason we go for multi-stage amplifier is to get higher gain. Okay. Now, and the reason I will give you a small example. Okay, I will give you another small example. Say, your father has given you 100 chocolates. Okay, your father has given you 100 chocolates, but he didn't give you directly. He called your brother and said, I'm giving you 100 chocolates. Give it to your brother. So you have father, brother, uh, brother one, brother two. Okay, father, brother one, brother two. Father is calling brother one and he's telling, give the chocolates to brother. But brother one, what he does is he takes some of the chocolates. Okay, suppose out of 100 he takes 10 chocolates, passes on the 90. Okay, that is not a problem. But if the brother one takes 90 chocolates and passes on only 10, then it is a problem. Okay? The brother too, he's expecting 100 chocolates, but he's getting only 10 chocolates. He's getting only 10%. Okay? So the way you will consider this analogous to your circuits is, this is your amplifier output. Okay, amplifier output is like the father giving chocolates. Okay, then brother one is like the internal resistance of the amplifier. Brother one is like the internal resistance of the amplifier. Brother two is actually the output where you want to connect your amplifier, like loudspeaker. Brother two is like your loudspeaker. Brother one is like the internal resistance, because it is father who is deciding to give chocolates. So this is like brother one is like the internal resistance, and father is like the output of the amplifier. So here, brother one, brother two. Okay. Based on this relation, if brother one eats more chocolates, it is problem for brother two, right? So there is a relationship between these two. There is a relationship between the internal resistance as well as the load. I hope everybody understood that. Okay? So this is called as impedance matching. Okay? This is called as impedance matching. brother 2 has to be strong enough so that he will take the required chocolates from brother 1. In simple words, the resistance of brother 2 should be larger than the resistance of brother 1. Okay? Resistance is like the ability to hold the chocolates. Okay? So, in such a case, what happens is then the brother 1 will pull large number of chocolates from brother 2. Okay? So this is I told in terms of resistance. When it comes to AC signal, it's impedance, right? So in order in order for your amplifier to efficiently pass on the output to your load, there has to be impedance matching. Okay? There has to be impedance matching. Now you use multiple stages so that the output of the last stage matches to the load. Okay, it is like there is no problem between brother 1 and brother 2. Load matching means okay, they have understood, they have less resistance among themselves. Okay, that is your impedance matching both at multiple stages. So the main reason why you go for multi-stage amplifiers is for impedance matching and larger gain. Another example I will give you. Okay, uh, I hope all of you are familiar with KVL KCL. Yes, basic KVL KCL, are you familiar with? Can anybody give me answer? Kirchhoff's voltage law, Kirchhoff's current law, I hope all of you are familiar with. Yes or no? I give you a very simple circuit. Okay, say I have 2 volts voltage source, 1 kilo ohm resistor, 1 kilo ohm resistor, single loop. What will be the voltage across the second resistor? 2 volts, 1 kilo ohm, 1 kilo ohm, all connected in a loop. What is the voltage across the second 1 kilo ohm resistor? Can anybody give me answer? Yes. Okay, anybody knows the answer? Let me know. Okay, anyway, no problem. That is, so understand your impedance matching. Okay, when we go, today we are only dealing with the outline of the course. When we go into the details, then I will clearly explain you why this impedance matching is important. Okay, but for now, please take it for granted that the reason you are going for multi-stage amplifiers is for larger gain and impedance matching. Okay. Now, here are some of the points which I have discussed. So I have discussed orally. I will go ahead. Uh, can anybody tell me what is gain in decibel? You have done your labs. You have already done your labs, right? So what is gain in decibel? Usually we take gain in logarithmic, okay, so that it is easier to analyze. You see, whenever you take log, what happens? The shrinking of the values happens. Okay, so that will be easier to plot, and it will be easier to go for the cutoff frequencies. And the gain that I have explained you, we will see in decibel. Okay, a small example. I want answer. A small example for you. Please think and give me answer. What is output? Input is 5 millivolt. We have take only 4 stages: stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Gain of individual stages. Okay. So what it means is, I will explain some part. I want you to give the final answer. I am giving 5 millivolt here. The gain is 5. So the signal that I get here in ideal case will be 5 millivolt multiplied by 5. So that will be 25 millivolt. Now one of you give me answer and tell me what is the gain that you get here. Very simple question.
250.
Yes, very good. 250 millivolt. Okay, one of your friend has given the right answer. It is 250 millivolt. Now, what will be the gain here? Again, see, how did we get 250? I am explaining this for all. Listen very carefully. Gain, okay, multiplied by input gives me output. Okay, so output of first stage is simply 5 millivolts multiplied by 5. 5 into 5, 25. 25 millivolt I get here. Okay, next. So now I get 25 millivolt. This 25 millivolt is input to the second amplifier. I repeat, the 25 millivolt, which is the output of first amplifier, is now the input to the second amplifier. Okay, so the signal here is 25. Now, that 25 millivolt, if I multiply with this gain, that will be my output. So, 25 millivolt into 10 gives me 250 millivolt. That 250 millivolt I get here. I hope it is clear. Now I want to answer what is the signal that I get here.
1500.
1500, how is it 1500? What is the calculation?
250.
Okay,
250 into 6.
very good. 250 into 6, is it giving 1500? Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine, fine. 1500 millivolt. 1500 millivolt in volt, how much is it?
1.5.
Yes, 1500 millivolt is 1.5 volt. Very good. So the signal that I get here is 1.5 volt. See, we started with 5 volt, very small value, and based on the gains, because I have connected multi stages, I got 1.5 volt. 5 volt, 5 millivolt is very small, milli. Okay, and 1.5 volt, okay, or 1500 millivolts. 5 millivolts is now amplified into 1500 millivolts. Okay, now what is the final output? Now let us say, see, if suppose somebody wants to drive a larger loudspeaker, right, then what they do is they go for large number of stages. Okay, now let us say we have only 4 stages. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we got 1.5 volt. So what will be the final output? Can
12
anybody?
volt.
Okay. How did you calculate?
1500 into 8.
Okay.
Or 1.5 into 8.
Okay. 1.5 into 8. So 1.5 into 8, is it give, how much is it giving us?
12 volt.
Okay, 12 volts. So this is how you will calculate the output of multi-stage amplifiers. Okay. So any doubts so far? Everything is clear? Is it clear? Okay, fine. Now, see, so far we have spoken about gain. Okay, so far we have spoken about gain. In addition to gain, the other important parameter that we will consider is bandwidth. Okay, usually what happens is, see, bandwidth is like this. Bandwidth is simply the range of frequencies for which the circuit will work as an amplifier. Okay, the bandwidth of an amplifier is simply the range of okay, there was a small signal interruption. I repeat again. Okay. The other important parameter other than gain is your bandwidth, right? Bandwidth is simply the range of frequencies for which your amplifier will do the desired operation. Okay. Now, what we take is we take at least half power. Okay, means for example, say a pass marks is 100. Okay, say out of 100, the pass marks is 50. So what do we say? Anyone who scores say above 50, they are passed, right? So it is like this. Now suppose somebody say I want only students from say marks 30 to 80, right? Then I consider all the students who scored above 30, then highest marks, and then okay 30 to 80, only that range I take. Okay, only that range. So likewise, when it comes to frequencies, okay, say if I say pass 100, say 50 is pass, all students who have passed are those who have scored say from 50 to 100. Again, if I say I want only students who have scored between 30 and 80, right? I have a lower cut of 30 and then I have an upper cut of 80. Likewise, for the amplifiers, you have lower cutoff frequency, higher cutoff frequency. Okay, the range of frequencies for which your amplifier works. Now, as I told you, when you connect multiple stages, the gain increases. However, the bandwidth of the amplifier reduces. So there is always a trade-off between the gain and bandwidth. If somebody wants to go for higher gain, they have to forego the bandwidth. This we will see in detail when we go to our regular classes. So, uh, okay, so we will stop here. We have discussed the outline of Unit 1. We have not gone into the details. We have just seen the outline of Unit 1. Now, when we go into the details, what we will do is we will first construct transistor based amplifier circuit, then we will analyze. Okay, we will give a small input signal and then we will see whether it is giving us an amplified signal or not. The same we will do theoretically as well as in our lab. Okay, we will go to our labs, we will construct the circuits, and then to the circuit we will give a smaller input and then whether we get a larger gain or not. Okay, we will do that. The same we will do for single stage as well as multi-stage. We will do it for single stage, we will see we are getting gain. Then we'll go for multi-stage and we will do theoretically as well as practically and verify whether we are getting the desired gain or not. Okay, this is what primarily we will be doing in Unit 1. Okay, now again there are some concepts that you need to understand. Okay, stage 1, stage 2, so on. When you are connecting two stages, it is called as coupling. Okay, coupling. What is coupling? Grouping two things together is called as coupling. Okay. Now, when you are connecting different stages, what you need to consider is what is the type of coupling between these two stages. So slowly, we will start with amplifiers and what are the different say mechanisms we have. We will study that in detail in Unit 1. Okay, and also we have discussed about bandwidth. Bandwidth simply deals with low frequency, middle frequency, high frequency. Okay, for different frequencies, how your circuit will respond. That analysis we will do. So yeah, one important thing I want to repeat again is there is a beautiful continuation throughout the course. Okay, always get hold of that chain. Don't break the chain. Okay, I have studied Unit 1. I will forget and I will study Unit 2. That's not the approach. Uh, I expect students to get that chain so that you don't miss any topic. For that, revision is very important. Okay? So, all things are clear. Any issues? Please speak. And I was told that one of you will send me attendance. Who is the person who will be sending me attendance? Yes. I repeat, I was told that one of you will be sending me attendance. Who will be sending the attendance? Are you able to hear me? I repeat, I was told that one of you will be sending me attendance. Who is that person? Kirti, who is Kirti? P. Kirti, is it you?
Yeah, we. Nitisha. Sir, I can answer.
Kirti, can you hear me? Hello, Kirti. Can you unmute and speak?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So will you be able to send me attendance?
Yes, sir. I'll
Okay.
send it, sir.
Yeah. Send it to my. Don't send it in group. Send it to me personally. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I'm able to understand what all we discussed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everything is clear. Hello. Everything is
Yes,
clear.
sir.
Okay. So yeah. So what we will do for the until 25th, until we have online classes, is we will have an overview of all the units, and then when we have our offline classes, we will go into the details. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll get the overall picture of what we will be doing in this course, and then, as I told you, we are not just studying the amplifiers. How are we coupling the different stages? How are we joining the stages together? Okay. So slowly, we will go into all the details, and that experience will be very much useful when you connect the larger circuits. Okay. So I hope things are clear and you are able to understand what we will be doing in this course. So any doubts you can ask. If yeah, those who have doubts, please ask, and then if you don't have any further doubts, we will end the class here. So yeah, we have another 3 minutes. Any doubts, please ask. Okay, so no doubts, we will if no doubts, we will end the class, and I hope you have my contact details. Don't hesitate. Say I could not ask you online, sir, I don't want to ask you before everybody. No problem, you can call me and you can ask. Okay. Nothing should hinder the learning teaching process. Okay. I'm here to teach, right? You're there to learn. You don't want to ask, you have a small doubt, you don't want to ask it for everybody. You have every right to contact me personally. Okay. And ask your doubts. The same valid for both theory, practical, or you want to develop a new system. Okay. Want to think innovatively, develop a new system, feel free to contact me and ask. Okay, so we will end the class. Uh, any doubts? I don't think anyone has responded. So I believe that you don't have any doubts and everything is clear. So we will end the class. Thank you.